We're restarting. Bulldogs 1st and 10 from their own 35. Charbonneau, I say from the Ridge Runner 35. Charbonneau from the shotgun. Looking to his left. Now pulls it down.
Run it.
And got all kinds of room.
Wow.
He's across the 25, across the 20, and he's tackled inside the 15, and there's laundry all over the place.
Yeah, they've caught Mr. Edwards there with maybe a push in the back right in front of 2 referees. He threw his hands up like it wasn't me, but, yeah, they got him. Good run by Charbonneau, though.
So you might have to, anytime it cuts out, always refresh as things just, we'd love for it to go smoothly. But, again, if you've been with us long enough, you know about the internet gods, and sometimes they do not smile upon us.
Right. All right. Here we go. Bulldogs got 4 wide. Shield Knight in the up back position.
Quick out to Edwards. Edwards breaks the tackle. He's down the sidelines. You're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Number 16, Trenton Edwards, possibly the fastest kid on the field tonight.
Yeah, that kid's quick. And that's what you call a quick hitter. That's just 2-step back for Charbonneau. Throws it off to the right side. Trenton Edwards makes the catch and takes it to the house. Touchdown Bulldogs, 6-0.
31-yard pitch and catch, and it's a pretty accurate statement of pitch and catch because it was a quick little out, and then Edwards did the rest.
Oh yeah.
What
he's coached to do: catch the ball and go score.
We are the extra point attempt, number 34 for the Bulldogs, and that is blocked. That extra point attempt is blocked, and 34, I believe, might be Rhett Butler. He is a true freshman. I love saying that at the high school level.
Yeah, true freshman.
And looks like he is stepping in for Bloxham tonight, and I'm not sure what the word is on that, but that was definitely Rhett Butler, and the young freshman just having a few jitters tonight, so that extra point was blocked. But as we see, this is only halfway through the first quarter. I think he's going to get plenty more opportunities.
That's right. Bulldogs look good on that drive. Drove it down with Trenton Edwards on the touchdown, so we got 6-0 Bulldogs with 6:37 left in the first quarter. As we kick in the Guns N' Roses. A little throwback from the high school days. Or college.
Hope everything is going well for you at home. Appreciate Michelle Appleton, Wagoner grad. I won't give away that year, Michelle, but commenting on our Friday Night Bulldogs Facebook page. Said we got a great view of that Shield Knight catch early on in that drive. So we appreciate the camera work of 2016 grad Garrett Haddock. About combined his first and last name there. Got a little tongue-tied. But here we are with the ensuing kickoff. After that, I don't know. Well, it was the return to about the 35. So about a 3-play, 35-yard touchdown drive there.
That's right.
That might not be the official stats, but it's pretty close.
We're close.
We're doing it all by memory up here.
That's right.
So it must Bloxham must be out for tonight because this is Whit Edwards on this kickoff. So he'll left-foot it, and pretty good kick.
Live
Bounces
ball.
at the 22.
It
is a live ball. Oh, finally picked up by the Ridge Runners, and he is tackled by number 40 for the Bulldogs. Number 40 is Elias Garcia. Garcia down quickly to make a great special teams tackle, and I'm fond of that number 40 because that was my number. That was my number in high school.
Number 40.
So
he got down there quickly.
I
mean, I don't think anybody touched him. He made a beat for that ball, made the stop.
So we've got a 1st and 10 for the Ridge Runners at their own 17-yard line. 6 minutes, 2 seconds left in this midway through the first quarter. Bulldogs up 6-0. Score should be right at home. The quarter's right at home. And we hope you're feeling right at home with Friday Night Bulldogs as the Ridge Runners take a timeout. We're back above, even though we had that quick restart, we're already back above 100 viewers. And, again, we want to remind everybody that's not really familiar with Friday Night Bulldogs is you see 105 views. That means 105 computers, devices, whatever you want to call it, has logged on. But that could mean there's 9 or 10 in the family room on the big screen TV.
That's right. That's definitely right. And then, mobile devices, tablets, wherever you got internet, you could be watching Friday Night Bulldogs.
I think we've even had some people claim that they've watched it in an airplane.
How about that?
So we can even claim that we've been 20,000 feet in the air. Free live and worldwide, maybe galaxy-wide. I don't know. 1st and 10 Ridge Runners. Straight up the middle, he finds good running room across the 20 to the 24-yard line, and he is tackled by number 42, Gavin Miller, for the Bulldogs. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, yeah, that's just straight ahead power football. Grind your nose, make your block, hand it off, and get 6-7 yards right off the bat.
They're going to give him 6, 2nd, and 4 for the Ridge Runners from the Bulldog 23-yard line. Quarterback checks to his sidelines for the play. And sometimes that's just smoke and mirrors. We'll see what happens. Quarterback rolls to his left, looking downfield. Now he's going to take it himself, finds a crease, breaks the tackle. He's still on his feet across the 45, and he's into Bulldog territory, finally cut down by number 26, Trenton Edward. That's Anthony Coleman on the tackle. And, John, that may have I don't know if that was a design play or not, but it worked either way.
He just tucked the ball basically and went 36 yards on us. Missed an arm tackle there towards the line of scrimmage, and he was able to break in the open field and get on the right side, advance into Bulldog territory.
Ridge Runners on their 2nd drive of this young game into Bulldog territory for the first time. Here's a quick out to the left. He's got blockers in front, cuts it back to the inside, and makes a couple of Bulldogs come with him forward near 1st down yardage.
Yep.
We are going to call that a gain of 9 to the Bulldog 32-yard line. And it looks like the offenses on both sides have kind of settled down and trying to sustain some drives.
That's right. You're always trying to find the weakness in the defense.
2nd and 1 for the Ridge Runners. Here's a quick out to the right this time. Got a blocker in front, and not quite as many yards this time, but effective enough for a 1st down.
That's right. Pretty much the same exact play, just from the left side now to the right side.
And we're going to apologize to the Wagoner faithful that are sitting right in front of us because they're going to have to listen to our voices all night long. Hopefully we don't get too annoying to them. But we appreciate everyone that's logged on as we are over the 150 view mark right now. And so keep that coming for those that weren't able to make it tonight. 1st and 10 Ridge Runners from the Bulldog 27-yard line. Quarterback from the shotgun. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man. And, it just overthrown. Got a flag coming in. And we're going to probably have a pass interference call.
I have a feeling, yes, that's going to be on number 26, Anthony Coleman. I don't know if he got tied up with the receiver. He must have grabbed him before he broke free.
It looked like he just tripped and that the Ridge Runner was going to be able to run the pass down either way. But whether it was a trip, whether it was a hold, either way, they called it pass interference. We're going 15 yards, and that'll be a 1st down for the Ridge Runners. 3:25 left in this first quarter. Wagoner 6, Grove 0, but driving. That ball will go inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 Ridge Runners at the Bulldog 14. Ridge Runners in their typical spread style over the last several years, really. Got one tailback, got a man in motion here. This time the tailback will take it, tries to bounce it to the right, and he is stacked up as he gets to the 15-yard line. Looks like it was Shield Knight and Charbonneau.
Yep, Shield Knight on the tackle.
First there on the stop. A gain of 1 to the 13-yard line, just outside the 13-yard line. 2nd and 9. We're under 3 minutes in this first quarter.
Bulldogs need to hang tough here as Grove approaches the Bulldog end zone. It's like Wagoner sets up in kind of like a 3-2 defense.
From the shotgun this time.
Pressure
Put on, and they're all over him. Shield Knight missed him once, but he didn't miss him twice.
Kind of interesting. He has kind of the traditional quarterback number 1, 2, number 12, and ended up finding the quarterback there for the sack. Nice job, Shield Knight.
Looked like Cole, Steele, and Edwards will go ahead and give them that assist as they forced him back into the arms of Shield Knight. A loss of about 7 back to the 20-yard line. We have an equipment timeout on the field. We hope everything is going well for you at home as we're getting close to the 200 view mark. And please get that word out there for those that weren't able to make it tonight. We got a good crowd on hand. And it looks like the student section is all full. And, again, at the newly improved W.L. Odom Field. And we'll talk more about that throughout the night, maybe get you some pictures. We may even take the tripod down and put it in our hands and show them a little view of the new press box, as we're pretty excited about that. Still not completely finished, but they're hoping to have that done by homecoming next week.
That's right.
And homecoming will be right here at W.L. Odom Field. I think we'll be against the Skiatook Bulldogs.
That's correct, Skiatook. Skiatook Bulldogs.
Homecoming
Bulldogs
festivities.
against Bulldogs.
Yes, sir. Homecoming festivities usually starting around 6 o'clock. And we'll get those official times to you. I hope you join us then if you're not able to join us here at the field. We are back to the action, and 2:08 is on this first quarter clock. Ridge Runners with a 3rd and 16 from the Bulldog 20. Quarterback from the shotgun. He's going to throw it, looking downfield, flushed out of the pocket. Now he heaves it into the end zone, and that is caught for the touchdown. Touchdown, Ridge Runners. And, John, that looked like a jump ball.
It was. He just threw it up. Unfortunately, our defensive back just jumped just a hair bit too early, mistimed it, and the ball went right over his head for touchdown, Grove.
Number 86, I believe, for the Ridge Runners, able to make a good play on that ball, and it is touchdown for a touchdown for the Ridge Runners, and they're looking to go ahead by this extra point. And flag comes in as somebody probably jumped a little early, and we'll see what the official call is. If you're just now joining us, this is the Ridge Runners' second possession of the game. And it is going to be offsides against the Bulldogs. So it makes it a little bit more of an interesting call here.
Somebody creeped up a little too tight on the line of scrimmage. Probably had a helmet in that.
And it looks like the Ridge Runners are going to be content with declining and going for the extra point.
31 to place the ball down.
Kick is up, and it is through. Grove Ridge Runners 7, Wagoner Bulldogs 6, 1:52 left in the first quarter. If you're just now joining us, again, that was the second drive of the Ridge Runners as the Bulldogs took the first possession of the game and took it down to about the 15 of the Ridge Runners. Went for it on 4th down. The Ridge Runner defense stiffened, took over on downs. they went about 3 and outs, maybe made one or two, maybe one first down, punted it away. Bulldogs get it in Ridge Runner territory, and it's a connection from Charbonneau to Edwards for a 31-yard touchdown, first scores of the game. Extra point was blocked, and so the score was 6-0. Grove just got the ensuing kickoff, was able to drive down 75 yards around 75 yards. Not sure what the play number was, but probably around 9 plays, and able to punch it in on really a jump ball in the end zone.
Yeah. They had 2 really key plays there. Quarterback scrambled for about a 36-yard gain, and then we had a unfortunate pass interference call on us.
Here's that short kickoff again, and this is number 9 for the Bulldogs, making a couple of Ridge Runners miss, and that's a good return for Bo McFarland for the Bulldogs. Again, the Ridge Runners have done their homework and have elected not to kick it deep to Swanson, Edwards, or Williams.
That combination, that's correct. So good return there by number 9, Bo McFarland. He was able to break about 4 tackles there as he spun and would not go down. Good determination. All right, here we go, Bulldogs. First
snapping chores tonight by number 64, Trevor Fowler. Never can overstress the importance of the center.
It all starts there, Jeremy. All starts with the snap.
Charbonneau breaks a couple of tackles across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Looked like he was going to get stopped in the backfield, but if you've been around Wagoner enough in the last 2 years especially, and definitely in the last 2 games, you know that first man's probably not bringing him down.
Definitely. Yeah, he was able to make something out of nothing there as he had people in the backfield. He was able to escape them and get a gain of about 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs from their own 41-yard line. Again, Fowler, the center, the anchor of that offensive line for the Bulldogs. Charbonneau from the shotgun. Charbonneau looks quick to his left. Tayshawn Williams. Williams breaks a tackle into Ridge Runner territory. Tackled out of bounds at the 45. And those quick hits, John, have been very effective.
Yeah, very effective. It's just you one-on-one with the receiver, the defensive back, and it's just who's the best man. It's been very effective.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Ridge Runner 47-yard line. Gain of 13. We're under a minute to play in this first quarter. And the Bulldogs are on the move. Charbonneau from the shotgun. He's got 4 receivers, 1 lone setback. He'll take it himself, rolls to his right. He's got Shield Knight in the flat. Shield Knight, and he is tackled. Good open field tackle by the Ridge Runners.
Yeah, good play design, good throw, good catch, but Grove had that one scouted out, knew where it was coming, was able to defend it and cover it for no gain.
2nd and 10 from the Bulldog 47-yard line, and great pursuit by the Ridge Runner defense as we're at 28 seconds in this first quarter. Got Williams and Shield Knight at the bottom of your screen. I believe that's Edwards and Swanson's at the top. Charbonneau from the shotgun with Williams in the backfield. Charbonneau looking downfield, staying in the pocket, and finds his man. That is number 1, Whit Edwards. Makes the catch, secures the catch, and picks up good yardage.
Yeah, brings up a very, 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 wouldn't I say easy, but 3rd and 2 is better than 3rd and 7 or 8.
Definitely a manageable 3rd and 2 for sure. And looks like that is going to be the end of the first quarter. With the score, the Wagoner Bulldogs 6, the Grove Ridge Runners 7. If you're just now joining us, we are now over the 200 mark on Friday Night Bulldogs, and we appreciate everyone that's logged on at home. Get the word out for those that weren't able to make it here. We are free, we're live, and we're worldwide. I know the Friday Night Bulldog faithful that's been over the years know that things don't always go as planned, but as for tonight, one little hiccup, but for the most part, it has been really smooth, and definitely compared to our last 2 weeks,
yes,
it's been 100% better.
Yeah, 100%. So all we want's a little improvement. We got a lot of improvement tonight so far.
First home game of the season. If you're just now joining us, the first 2 games. We went to Coweta for the season opener out west. Went out east at Doc Wadley Stadium, home of the Tahlequah Tigers and the NSU Redmen. They will always be the Redmen to me.
That's true.
And so now we're back at home for our home opener. And as the Bulldogs are on defense, and they are looking to make a stop on a 3rd and 8 from the Ridge Runner 39.
And it is essential to get those wins on the road. I mean, that's big. You always have home field advantage when you're playing in front of your home crowd, but to go on the field on the road against 2 quality opponents and get 2 W's, that speaks highly of the team.
Charbonneau taking himself,
Nice.
but now he finds Shield Knight in the open field. Shield Knight still running, and he reaches across, and they're going to call him down, John. Woo, that was close. Would have loved to have seen a goal line camera on that.
Pylon cam. I don't know if we had the pylon cam. The strength of Charbonneau to be able to have tacklers hanging all over him and be able to get that ball to Shield Knight right down the middle of the field.
Shield Knight makes a good play, and we're singing his praises, and we better be, because his grandma is sitting right in front of us. So we better say all great things about Shield Knight tonight.
He just said, "I love you, Grandma." I heard him.
Here it is on a 1st and goal. And
Touchdown.
And they're in for the touchdown. Touchdown Bulldogs. And I'm sure Grandma probably thought Shield Knight got in. Meemaw. Okay. Meemaw is the official title. So would have loved to have had a camera on that goal line to see, because he stretched across, definitely in, but they called the knee down.
Yeah, NFL, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, for sure.
He got the ball across the end line.
So that set up a 1st and goal from about inside the 1 yard line, and then we punched it in for the score. Wagoner Bulldogs 12, Ridge Runner 7, and looks like the Bulldogs are going to go for 2
Looks
on
like
this.
we're electing to go for 2.
Shield Knight in the backfield this time with Charbonneau from the shotgun. He's waving somebody on. There he goes. That's Trenton Edwards in motion, now in the backfield. Here's Charbonneau by himself. He's going to get a hole, and he is in for the touchdown. And, John, the only thing I mean by himself is that there were no lead blockers, but there were his linemen. There's always his linemen. And they made a great hole for him.
Made a great hole. Basically, I had a gut feeling he was going up the middle when he took the snap.
So
a lot of times all you do is when you take the snap, you just need that one block from the center or the guard just to seal that guy off. You just run right in behind his rear end and punched it in for the 2-point conversion. We got 14-7 Bulldogs in the second quarter.
Early penetration, Charbonneau was able to break that tackle, but after that he pretty much walked in. I think I could have ran through that hole. So great job by the Hogs up front of that offensive line. Wagoner 14, Grove 7. I want to give a shout out to Missy Hughes Lassiter. I know you know that name, John.
I do know that name.
Just
known her a long time.
Just text me, said video is great, sound is great, so awesome. everything is well.
Let's keep that train moving.
We have just started the second quarter. Hopefully everything is going well for you at home. We're well over 200 views right now, and we appreciate everyone that is here. Here's Edwards kicking it away for the Bulldogs, and the Ridge Runners return it from their own 15, trying to get to the outside, and good contained by the Bulldog special teams.
Good coverage there. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and it was able to send him out to the out of bounds. About the 22, 23-yard line.
Anytime that you can hold a return for under 10, that means your special teams is doing a pretty good job.
Part. Yep. I always talk about football. It's divided up into basically three divisions. You got your offense, your defense, and your special teams. And last couple weeks, our special teams have showed up really, really huge.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own for the Ridge Runners at their own 22-yard line. Running back straight up the middle, and John, I think it's very appropriate for the saying right now.
Yes, he was tackled by a host of Bulldogs in on the play.
And the Wagoner faithful recognize that that signature saying as Jess Page, John's dad, longtime announcer here at WL Odom Field. And that was one of his catchphrases. And even after this many years, I've said it several times during the broadcast over the years, and we definitely were able to resurrect it tonight.
Oh, yeah, it lives on. I like to say that a lot.
Only 1 yard gain, so 2nd and 9 for the Ridge Runners. Quarterback flushed out to his left. He's going to take it down now and run, and that is number 42 with the pursuits able to push him out of bounds. Number 42 is Gavin Miller, but a good play for the Ridge Runners.
Yeah, that quarterback's impressive. He's got some good footwork, got good speed. He's able to tuck it and pick up first down. He knows what to do in the open field.
Give another shout out to Reagan Hornbuckle. They are not able to make it here to the field tonight, but watching from home. Hopefully everything's going well at the Hornbuckle house. Here's the quarterback on a 1st and 10, flushed out of the pocket again, looking way downfield. He's got a man, and that catch is made by number 6 for the Ridge Runners, number 1, that is. And I'll tell you what,
about 60.
The ability of this quarterback to, when he's flushed out of the pocket, to keep his eyes downfield,
right.
We see the second big play of the results of that.
Yeah, I think that went for about 60 yards there.
Wow. So, again, if you're not follow football a whole lot, secondary can only hold up their coverage for a certain amount of time.
That's right.
And then things go awry from there.
Right, it's hard to stick with a guy as a quarterback scrambling.
Quarterback from the shotgun. Here's a run up the middle. Good yardage on first down as he crosses the 20. They're going to spot him at the 19-yard line. A pickup of 4 on the play. 2nd and 6. Bryce Steele on the tackle. And the Ridge Runners, 2nd and 6 from the Bulldogs 19. 9:25 left in this second quarter.
And Grove's kind of living off the big play right now. They've been able to make some really big gains, so they really haven't sustained a drive.
Quarterback looking for another big gain. That catch is made, and he is tackled at the 1 yard line. John, you were talking about the big play. That was an 18-yard. Again, it almost looks like this is designed. Our guys can out-jump your guys.
Right. He's throwing the ball up, let the better man catch it. Throw it up, go get it. And Grove is doing that, exactly. They're going up and going to get it.
1st and goal from the 1 for the Ridge Runners as they are trying to answer back from that Bulldog touchdown on the former drive. 1st and goal, Ridge Runners. Quarterback from the shotgun. Now he's up under center with the quarterback sneak.
Nothing.
And he will get stuffed.
Thank you, man in the grass. Thank you for holding on to his foot, pulling him down.
Number 4, Charbonneau, stacking it up in the middle, and I believe number 62, interior lineman Josh Davis. And I'm not even sure he was able to step forward.
I think the push from the defensive line pushed the offensive back into the quarterback, and he had no footing.
Quarterback from the shotgun, 2nd and goal. Handoff straight up over the left side.
Backfield, nice.
And that is Davis again, Josh Davis, number 62, making the stop in the backfield.
62?
And they're actually going to lose one on that, John.
Josh Davis in the backfield, senior defensive lineman, 5'10", 210. Was able to get quickly in the backfield and pull him down. So loss of the play, 3rd and 3. They're going long 2.
They're going to spot it just
outside
3, but
the long 2. Come on, Bulldogs.
3rd and goal for the Ridge Runners. Quarterback from the shotgun, man in motion.
Oh, we got a loose ball.
Snap.
Snap towards head.
And that is recovered by the Bulldogs.
Going the other way.
Number 24 for Wagner, Keaton Cole, able to come up with the loose ball. Wagner defense comes up big.
Oh, it's huge. That's huge. Oh, unfortunate for the center for Grove as he did snap it over the quarterback's head. And we got a live ball.
And, John, you have to you almost have to guarantee that that was the result of the last two plays in the push of the interior lineman.
Oh, for sure.
Specifically Josh Davis on the two previous plays.
Yeah, the center may have been a little giddy there. He didn't know who was going to get in his face, and I had a little extra adrenaline on that snap.
That ball goes over the quarterback's head, and a nice heads-up play by Keaton Cole to make the fumble recovery. Charbonneau from the shotgun, 1st and 10. Looking way downfield. That's number 15. Oh, and he
in his
can't
hands.
come down because number 23 makes a good play. That's Ryan Atkins, and that was more of a Ridge Runner defensive back play.
Yep. It was in his hands for a second, Jeremy. Charbonneau was able to scramble away and make a really good throw right on the money. This defender for Grove made a good play. He was able to knock it loose.
That don't have the number for the Ridge Runner, or don't have the names for the Ridge Runners, but that cornerback or safety for the Ridge Runners made a great play on the ball as it looked to go right into the hands of Atkins before he was able to knock it out. I believe that may be Williams over the left side, but the Ridge Runner defense is there to make the stop in the backfield.
I had 3 or 4 in the backfield. We don't want them on our side of the ball, that's for sure. And they definitely got across that line of scrimmage and tackled us for about a 3 or 4 yard loss.
That's a loss of 3 back to the 13-yard line of the Bulldogs. We're almost at the 7-minute mark. Second quarter, Bulldogs up 14-7. Charbonneau from the shotgun.
Kind of thinking that quick screen out to the right.
I'm thinking it's going to Swanson right now. We'll see. No, it's the end around to Williams. Williams picks up a few blocks, and he is across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Really close.
It is right at the mark.
Maybe calling in the chains here.
We may have our first chain gang come onto the field.
It's close.
No, they're going to go ahead and give it to him.
Hey!
And obviously he's got a better vantage point than we do, but it looked right at the sticks.
Nice job, Tayshawn.
Tayshawn Williams with the end around. 1st and 10 Bulldogs at their own 26-yard line.
We may come back to look at that later in the game and see how big a play that was, backed up on our own territory.
Edwards in motion. He'll take the swing out to the left, but great defensive pursuit by the Ridge Runners has snuffed it out from the beginning.
Yep. Unfortunately, Mr. Swanson couldn't stay hooked up with that block, and the Grove defender was able to shuck him and go make the play for about a 2-yard loss.
Back to the 24-yard line, 2nd and 12 for the Bulldogs. We're under 6 minutes now in the second quarter. Hopefully everything goes going well for you at home. And a great night for football as the sun has set, or in the next couple of minutes anyway, on this 3rd and 12. Shield Knight in the middle across the 35 to the 38-yard line. Charbonneau showing great poise as there's been some pressure in his face making those throws.
Yeah, he's not backed down by the pressure. He stayed in that pocket. He knows when to scramble. He knows when to stay in and wait for his receiver. Very patient. He hits Shield Knight right over the middle. Love getting those tight end catches.
Shield Knight able to find a little bit of softness in that zone, and Charbonneau able to find him. That 6'4", 235-pounder won't be too hard. Charbonneau from the shotgun, looking downfield, and that's Edwards. Edwards makes a good grab, and he is tackled immediately, but not before he picks up about 4-yard lines as Edwards comes across the middle, and he's at 6'6", 205.
6'6", 205. That's a nice size. He could probably put on 10 more pounds. He is a senior with Edwards.
Pick up a 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Ball at their 42. 4:35 left in this second quarter. Charbonneau from the shotgun. Charbonneau rolls to his right, man in his face, but he finds Swanson out in the flat. Swanson breaks one tackle. Shield Knight throwing him some blocks down the field. Check that. I believe that's Gavin Miller, number 42, making the blocks downfield. Miller. Swanson gets into Ridge Runner territory across the 40. They're going to spot it at just inside the Ridge Runner 45-yard line. Gain of 14, 1st and 10. And, John, the Bulldogs looking to punch this one in right before halftime.
That'd be great. Love the play call there.
Yes.
Love the play call. Just a little misdirection. Let's fake one way, turn back the other. Have the receiver crossing underneath.
Williams in motion on this 1st and 10. Charbonneau finds him out in the flat, breaks one tackle, picks up a great block downfield, and now he is across the 35 to almost the 30-yard line. And, John, that was number 11, Trace Thornton, making a key block downfield.
Oh, yes, he hooked up. Yes, key block. Let us get another 10 yards.
Absolutely. As it crosses the 35 to looks like the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 Bulldogs from the Ridge Runner 33.
Good job, Trey Thornton.
And you always love those blocks downfield.
Oh, yes.
That those extra 5, 10, maybe even sometimes spring them for the whole touchdown.
Could spring it all the way. You never know.
1st and 10 Bulldogs from the Ridge Runner 33. Charbonneau from the shotgun. Williams in motion. Williams gets the call on the end around. Got blockers in front. Across the 30. And he is tripped up as he gets just outside the 25-yard line.
Looks like a pickup about 7. Nice play call. I love all the motion in the offense. Keeps the defense guessing. They don't know who's going where.
And it seems like we've opened up the playbook a little bit more tonight as we're seeing a little bit different looks.
Seeing a little more variety.
Seems like a lot more emotion tonight.
Right. Some of the same formations, but a little different outcomes. So we got Shield Knight in the up back position. Charbonneau in the shotgun.
On a 2nd and 3, here is Trenton Edwards. And I believe that was Trenton. No, number 16 for the Bulldogs. That's Trenton Edwards. I'm getting him and Coleman mixed up because they're 16 and 26. So this time it's Trenton Edwards. And he is going to get near first down yardage. They're going to mark him. We're going to call it a yard short, maybe a little less.
2 feet. 3rd down and 24 inches. I'm going to call a timeout. Coach Condit wants to talk about it. Probably not a bad decision with 2 minutes left before the half. Make sure we get the right play call. Make sure everybody knows their assignment. It's essential when you get down to this time and this part of the field that everybody does their job and makes the necessary block, makes the right block, get that first down, and keep that clock moving and get close to that goal line.
2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the second quarter. Wagoner Bulldogs 14, Ridge Runners 7. And appreciate the love tonight on our Friday Night Bulldogs Facebook page. Looks like most everything is working well for everyone. And got a lot of Bulldog faithful over the years. Becky Cox, appreciate her logging on tonight. Her dad, Larry Cox, is a longtime teacher at Wagoner, and appreciate her logging on tonight. And Benny Cox, her uncle, sure he's either here tonight or logged on. We go to church with him. So Lisa Charbonneau, a Wagoner grad, saying everything's looking good. The Ruffers, where she works, Muskogee, are off tonight, so she's picking up some Bulldog football.
All right.
Here's a 3rd and short. Charbonneau looking for first down yardage.
Got to drive. He got it.
And with the 3rd and 4th effort, he got it.
Oh, man, those legs. Those legs are strong. Don't know how much he squats, but I bet it's a pretty good number.
The Ridge Runners may not know that figure as well, but they do know that it's a lot. As they just bounce off his legs. He needed 1. He got 2, at least maybe 3. So it's 1st and 10 Bulldogs from the Ridge Runner 22, looking to pound it in right before halftime. Here's Charbonneau over the right side. Charbonneau and looking to stay
keeping
in
the
bounds.
Clock running. They're running the clock. Running. He tried to get out.
Couple more shout outs. Stacy Vinson. I won't give away your year, Stacy, but she's a Wagoner grad, along with Jeff Williams watching at home. And Kevin Orange, appreciate you logging on. And Russ Jones, another Wagoner grad, saying it's working perfectly in the 479. I'm not sure if that's the area code he's in or what, but appreciate Russ.
We're in the
logging
918. I know that.
And then our last comment, we'll come back to that, at on a 2nd and 6 as Charbonneau takes it and tried to make the best of it. It looked like he was going to be tackled in the backfield, but able to lunge forward for positive yards.
Positive yardage. Move forward. Run north and south. Particularly this time we're going south. Going towards the south end zone. We've got about 45 seconds left in the half. Coach Condit does have 2 timeouts left.
And Dennis, I didn't think he was in Wagoner. I believe he is a Wagoner grad. I won't give away your year, Dennis, but he is watching from Chicago tonight. Here's a complete pass to Edwards. Edwards breaks a couple tackles, and he is tackled just short of the goal line. And with that long frame of his, John, it looked like he was stopped at about the 5, and now he's at the 1.
Yeah, I thought he was going to lunge in. Yeah, he's a tall drink of water, as they say.
So
good job, dogs.
Okay, Becky, sorry about that. I knew I was thinking of Michelle, and I should have known that. So appreciate Becky logging on tonight. Greg Hathcote watching from Nixa, Missouri.
Oh, Nixa, Missouri.
And so we
Show Me State.
appreciate Friday Night Bulldogs showing up in the Show Me State.
Show me some Bulldog football.
Dennis in Chicago tonight, so we're in Missouri, we're in Illinois. I'm sure we're in a lot of other states as well. And we appreciate, as we're nearing now the 300 mark.
Awesome.
We're at 264,
awesome.
But I have faith that we're going to get to the 300 by the end of the night.
We'll get there.
Timeout on the field with 23 seconds left in the second quarter. Bulldogs up 14-7. The score should be correct at home. The quarter should be correct at home. We're going to keep you updated with the time as we've had some issues with our scoreboard, but Garrett Haddock able to work through that through the week in between his full-time job, and we appreciate the work that he's done to bring Friday Night Bulldogs to you free, live, and worldwide. Here's the 1st and goal from the 1 for the Bulldogs. Charbonneau, handoff. Coleman, and he's in for the touchdown. Touchdown Bulldogs. Number 26, Anthony Coleman. In for the score from 1 yard away.
He's a junior running back, 6'1", like 165, in for the touchdown. Bulldogs, that's about as effective clock management as you can hope for right there. To score with 18 seconds going in before the half.
So, Cortez, I see you. He said, my buddy Cortez says that we sound like the 2 announcers off of Varsity Blues.
Never seen that show. But I hope that's
hey, Cortez, I'm gonna take that as a compliment, even though from you it may not be. You're probably just razzing me. Here's the extra point attempt.
There we go.
And that is Bloxham showing up tonight, number 27. The regular extra point kicker, he showed up and kicks it through. Not sure what happened on those first 2 touchdowns of where he was, but he is back out on the field now.
He's able to get that one through the uprights. Doesn't matter how it goes in, just how it goes in.
Wagoner
Bulldogs. Kind of like golf sometimes. Doesn't matter how you get a par or 4, as long as you get it.
Wagoner Bulldogs, 21. Grove Ridge Runners, 7. 18 seconds left in the first half. And John, want to remind all the faithful at home that the Ridge Runners will receive to start the second half.
That's correct. They did defer. They won the opening coin toss, and they deferred to take the ball second half. I just want to kind of give a shout out. I think I have some family watching, hopefully tonight. I've got my sister Joy and her family. They're from Houston area, Texas. And then my brother Jay and his wife Holly. They're hopefully watching in Norman, Oklahoma. And then hopefully my brother Brent and his wife Amy. Hopefully they're tuned in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And then, of course, my wife Carrie. I know she's tuned in.
And there is the kickoff by Edwards. And that's a line drive to the Ridge runner. And he finds a crease, a little bit of room, across the 40 to the 41-yard line. And I told Joy this I told Joy this. It's your dad's funeral. I always knew about the 3 brothers, but I never knew about the sister.
Right.
And I've known the Page family all my life.
Yeah, she's the oldest.
Okay.
So she graduated.
Just stop right there.
She graduated before I did. So she's the oldest, and her family lives down in Houston. She's married to Mark, another Wagoner grad.
Okay.
They got married right after high school.
Awesome.
And they've been together for a long, long time.
I apologized to her then as she had I was still younger than her. I'll put it that way. And so she had moved out and started college. And so anyway, that is the end of the first half with the score. The Wagoner Bulldogs 21, the Grove Ridge Runners 7. We're going to take a break during halftime. We're going to keep the camera on. We're going to put the microphone or headsets down, but we'll let you listen to the sights and sound here at WL Odom Field, as I believe the band will be marching tonight. So we want to showcase the Wagoner High School Marching Band, and probably not necessarily be loud at home. You may turn your volume up to get some get better sound from down at the field, but be sure to turn it back down when we put the headsets on, because we don't want to blow you out.
Right, that's true. I've been known to be loud a few times.
So we hope everything is going well for you at home. We'll come back 6 or 7 minutes before the second half kickoff and catch you up to speed on everything, and give a few more shout outs as we are here, WL Odom Field, free, live, and worldwide. You're watching and listening to Friday Night Bulldogs. And also, I forgot about this, John. There's going to be some type of special presentation or some kind of challenge tonight.
Is that right?
With Patrick Sampson. Well, let me back up for a second.
Okay.
Senator Blake Stevens made a proclamation tonight to the whole football team tonight because of the state championship, defending their state championship, and made a proclamation for the Wagoner Bulldogs football team.
Okay.
I'm not real sure of the activities going on at halftime, but we'll talk about it as soon as they start, or maybe recap when they end. Maybe some kind of punt, pass, and kick competition.
How about that?
So
I did notice before the game they were presented. Were honored there before the game, Coach Condit and the team.
Okay. Yep.
So I did see that. They were down on the field. Didn't catch exactly what was going on, but that's quite an honor.
We guessed right on Russ. That's 479. He's just across the Arkansas line. So that was his area code.
All right, 479.
So we appreciate everyone that's logged on. And, again, we're going to step away for just a few minutes. We'll come back, recap everything that's happened so far, and give a few more shout-outs and take a little stroll down memory lane for the last 15 years of Friday Night Bulldogs. And we'll be back in a few minutes.
Bulldogs up 21-7. I'll get. Okay, yeah. Come on, let's go.
this thing, this whole run in the press box. The music guy out there's got an attitude. I'm getting ready to whoop him. I don't care how big he is. So he's sitting here telling me I was the one who wrote the note because he was overplaying the band. Okay, the band's out there to cheer the team on, and they do that beat for a reason for the team. He's playing every rock song on his playlist over the band. So I come up here and I told him, he comes down here, cops an attitude to me, telling me I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and literally tells me I need to shut the hell up. They don't need that crap. But we don't need his attitude either. So who is in charge?
filming there. I got a kid out on the van last night. She's filming. Video on the
Red Hat winner, ticket number 668-8156. That's 668-8156. 6688-156. For $740. Attention to the field. We have competition. Wagoner style. We have Mayor Duncan Seth, City Councilman Patrick Sampson, Lean Fire Machine, Senior Rosalia, I think it's Rosalia, Valadaman. That's right. But they were hosted by Zach Daly, who is the past president. They were having a competition to see who can kick, throw, and punt the farthest. Let's hear it for him. This is for Wagoner Stuco, Rosalia Valadaman, Mayor Duncan Seth, and Councilman Patrick Sampson.
Nice. Got the roll.
I feel we're personally cheering for Rosalia Valdelamar because that's the 450th point out of
That's competition. Make the broadcast.
I did. My daughter's watching it again.
Right. It helps when you know people.
That's number 74 in the program, right?
Tell him, man. Yeah.
I don't think split distance counts. Walter, you've done this before, haven't you? Well, is that really your old number? The year you were born, right?
All right, Friday Night Bulldog fans, we are about 2.5 minutes away from the second half kickoff. Thank you for everyone that has logged on tonight, and from most, if not all, the comments. Seems like everything is going well for you at home. We're going to catch up on a few shout-outs. Dennis, I see you. Bryce Steele is Dennis's grandson, and he's watching from Chicago. And
that's
Bryce
awesome.
always coming up big on the defensive side of the ball for sure.
Yeah, he's been a really good player for the Bulldogs.
And Darrell Parker. Darrell is he was kind of the first class that all kind of got this going back when Dale Condit first got here in 2005. I think Darrell was a sophomore at the time, somewhere around there, and ended up going to that state championship game in the very first season that Dale Condit was coaching. So Darrell is watching from, brace yourself, he's watching from Hawaii tonight.
Wow, aloha. Yeah, aloha, Hawaii.
We are
good to have you watching tonight.
Obviously, we've got Oklahoma tonight.
Like
We've got Arkansas tonight. We've got
Hang
Missouri
loose.
tonight. We've got Illinois tonight. And now, Market, I will say, Darrell, I hate to burst your bubble. You're not the first one from Hawaii ever, but you are this season. So it's still impressive.
That's halfway across the pond.
Yeah. So little envious of him tonight,
Yeah.
as I'm sure it's not near, even though this is really nice weather for
This is
September.
paradise, but he's probably got a little better paradise.
Probably got it on us just a little bit. So, again, looks like everything is working well at home. Anita Humphreys, Gentry, I see you. Appreciate you logging on tonight. Teresa Ramdoff, FNB is back. That's right. Teresa, probably one of the charter members of the FNB Nation back in 2009 when we got all this started. And looks like, hello, Glenadine Guerin. She's watching from home tonight. But it says 2 old Bulldogs there in person. Nolan and his son John are there, and says everything is working well for her. So we appreciate everyone that is logged on tonight. Hopefully everything is going well for everyone. But seems as though everything is going well. Just a few reminders if you are having a little bit of trouble, and that is any time that that freezes, the video freezes, maybe no sound, always start with the refresh button first, all right? Always start with that first. If that doesn't work, then you try to close out as many apps on your computer as possible. If you've got an older computer, then if you've got an older computer, then that's going to help to shut down as many apps. Even that solitaire app can make it a little, probably not much of a difference, but just as many as you can. Close it out. Just have your Friday Night Bulldogs up, and that may help. As always, the old Control-Alt-Delete, John.
Works.
You always can shut down and restart, and hopefully that'll help too.
I was always taught to clear your browsing data, clear your
Yes.
browsing history, clear your cache, clear your cookies. You don't know what cookies are. I don't either, but I like them.
Except when they're dealing with your,
except when they're jacking with your internet.
So
Yeah, they like to save cookies and your passwords and stuff. So clear your browsing history, clear your cache. That should help. I've got a classmate from Wagoner High School. He said he's watching on the East Coast.
Okay.
So I've asked him which state. So that's Sean Templeton.
Okay.
So I think he's in the Carolina area, if I remember right. North
All
Carolina,
righty.
South Carolina. Hopefully he'll reply and let me know what state he's watching from. But he
heck,
definitely said East Coast.
by the end of the night, we may have hit all 50 states.
All 50 states. Come on, Delaware. Where are you?
Yeah, Delaware, Maine, somewhere in
Vermont,
all those New England
Vermont,
states. Where
Utah,
are you guys?
Idaho.
Nikki Mitchell, appreciate you logging on. She's watching from Jinx tonight, also a Wagner grad. Again, Nikki, I won't give away your year, but I will say, John, that we have had. You probably remember this name, Jesse Taylor, a long time, I believe, extermination business here in Wagner. He passed away a number of years ago, but his daughter Connie used to, back in the day when Friday Night Bulldogs was big, she was listening, I believe, from New Hampshire,
Oh, wow.
believe it or not.
Yeah, that northeast.
And I don't know if she's logged on tonight
Right.
or not, but I
Hope she
think
is.
she's still up there.
All right.
So we are over 250 views right now. First half we saw got pretty close. I think it was 274
Yeah,
at the
we're
time.
approaching 300. We
So
can get there.
hopefully we'll get to 300. And as the Bulldogs seem very ready, very eager as they opened up the second half with the kickoff, and Grove is not even on the field yet.
Well, they're taking their time, getting some last second coaching. So we got 21-7 Bulldogs going into the third quarter. Bulldogs have looked real good. Grove is kind of dependent on the big plays. They've had a lot of key plays, but the Bulldogs have only held them to 7 points. So that is a definite victory against this offense.
Here's the kickoff to start the second half. Line drive taken at the 21, and he'll get to the 31 as number 24 down quickly for the Bulldogs. That's Keaton Cole making his presence felt on the special teams side of the ball, and we know that he came up with the big fumble recovery early in the first half.
Yes, that's true.
So here's another name that we'll both recognize, Robert Cannon.
Robert Cannon.
Old Robert Cannon, and he is flying home right now from Cancun.
I'll be darned.
And watching Friday Night Bulldogs.
That's
So,
awesome, Robert
hopefully
Cannon.
everything's going well for you. And I tell you, we're not going to drag your name through the mud too much coming home from Cancun. 1st and 10 Ridge Runners from their own 31. This is the first play of the second half. Here's the end around to number 3, trying to make the corner, cuts inside, makes a few tacklers miss. He gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Pick up a 5, John, on the first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, they went with basically the little jet sweep right off the bat and got 4, maybe 5 positive yards.
2nd and 5 for the Ridge Runners. The ball at the 36-yard line. If you just tuned in, this is the first drive of the second half. Bulldogs 21, Ridge Runners 7. This is the third quarter. From the shotgun, and that play is
Blown dead.
Late whistle as it blown dead, but
we got false start.
All right,
False start on Grove. Our head lineman over here on the near side, on the home Wagner side, able to see somebody moving. Settle back up, Ridge Runners back up 5 yards. So that first 5 they got is now negated, and they'll go back to a 2nd and 10.
Back to the 31 where they started. 2nd down 10 as we hit coming up on the 11-minute mark of this young third quarter. Quarterback flush to his left. He's got a man wide open, makes the catch, and that's Coleman who hits him immediately. Nice play by Coleman to make the adjustment, but the Ridge Runners still pick up positive yardage.
Did pick up positive yardage as a nice hit by number 26, Anthony Coleman. Put the receiver on his back, so we'll bring up about a 3rd and 3 for the Bulldog defense.
I want to give a shout out to Miss Alice Robertson, watching from her recliner at home tonight. I don't know if she was a Wagner grad, but I know her husband, Wade Robertson, was. And Wade, I won't give away your year, but he's been a Wagner Bulldog for a very long time. We'll just say that. Here's a 3rd and long 3 for the Ridge Runners. Man in motion, quarterback looking downfield.
Covered.
Flushed out to the right.
It's all up to the quarterback,
now
the
looking
defense.
to make a play, and he cuts inside and does. And that's Miller that finally forces him out of bounds. And, John, as we've seen several times during these pass plays, whether it's designed or whether it's busted, the quarterback makes the best of it.
Yeah, his ability to scramble is quite impressive. He's been able to get outside into the open field and made one Bulldog miss and was able to slide by him and pick up the first down for Grove.
All right, so Marla Dowling, she is the grandmother, let me get this right. She's the nanny. That's what they call Marla, nanny in Nebraska.
How about that?
There's another state.
Nebraska.
So here we are on a 1st and 10 play for the Ridge Runners. Stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's Shield Knight on the stop and Steele. And we saw plenty of action from them during the first game of the Coweta. And actually, by the way, was our Friday Night Bulldogs Players of the Week.
That's right.
Now, I do want to say something about that, John, is this is just something between you and I that we're doing for our Friday Night Bulldog fans. We'll come back to that after this 2nd and 10 play for the Ridge Runners. Quarterback from the shotgun, rolling to his left. He's got a man. He almost comes up with the grab, but the ball falls incomplete for a 3rd and 10. But, John, as I was saying, this is just something between you and me as you and I, as we watch the game, and nothing official, or we don't have a presentation for them. It's not going to be a Ford Player of the Year or anything like that. It's just something fun that we want to put together for our fans that are watching it from home. But Shield Knight and Steele tag team that award the first week during the Coweta
yes, they both had impressive games. It was hard to just vote for one player of the game, so we chose 2.
And we can't forget about the student section, as that spot, it was spotless. Here's a 3rd and 10 from the Ridge Runners.
Pressure on the quarterback. He's able to scramble. He's got
time. All kinds of time. Still, now he's heaving it downfield for a jump ball, and that's picked off. Coleman comes up with the early interception. And, John, we saw that play 1, 2, but the 3rd time went to the well. Too many times.
Too many times. You can't float it. He's throwing into a little north wind, and that ball just hung up there. Allowed us to play center field, basically. Routine fly ball out. Got the interception and returned it a few yards. So turnovers, big key in the ball game so far.
9:22 left in the 3rd quarter. The Bulldogs with their first turnover of the second half. 2 turnovers total, as the first one came in the first half off a fumble. Here's Charbonneau from the shotgun, looking way downfield. Got a man, that's Edwards. Edwards broke away late, but he just overshot him as he would have walked into the end zone.
Yeah, it was nothing but green as he was heading south. Just a little overthrown. A little too much mustard on that dog.
So, again, we put the Cornhusker State on our Friday Night Bulldogs map. Jamie Powell, a 97 grad of Wagoner, watching tonight. Appreciate Jamie Booty Powell logging on tonight to watch Friday Night Bulldogs. Cody Young, just within the last year or two, a graduate of Wagoner, watching as well. So hopefully everything's going well for you on this 2nd and 10 play. Charbonneau looking downfield for Swanson. It just couldn't make the adjustment. That was a pretty difficult catch if he would have made it.
Right through his hands. Just going to outstretch maybe just another 6 inches.
Yep.
Yeah,
over the shoulder, looking
catch.
back, that is a difficult catch. Even in the pros, you don't see that catch happen every single time.
That's right. Running down the sidelines, looking back, running full speed.
Especially on the sidelines, you're afraid you got to stay in bounds, all that kind of stuff running through your head as the ball's coming to you.
That's right. Yeah, where am I on the field? I need to catch it in bounds.
Much like Edwards on the previous play, Swanson would have walked in had he made that catch. Here's a 3rd and 10. Charbonneau looking to pass again.
On a screen.
It's a screen. Shield Knight. He makes
He's got
the
open
catch.
field.
Shield Knight still on his feet into Ridge Runner territory.
Nice.
And
look at that.
By number 47, or to the 47. And Shield Knight getting it done on both ends of the ball.
He is. He's having a really good night. He's got, I'd say, 3 or 4 really key receptions.
They're going to keep him in bounds, John, so that clock is going to run, which we're under the 9-minute mark. if you're a Bulldog fan, you're happy to see it. Ridge Runners probably getting a little nervous right now.
Yeah, we're able to move the ball.
1st and 10 Wagner from the Ridge Runner 47-yard line. Charbonneau from the shotgun. Charbonneau throw again. No, he's going to pull it down and run. And a nice tackle by the interior lineman of the Ridge Runners. 68, I believe. 58. Number 58 making a good tackle, a very rare tackle or a one-on-one.
That's right.
John, we're at 280 viewers right now. Or devices, let's say.
Right.
We're going to assume that's well over 300 viewers, but 280 devices.
That'll work.
So we appreciate everyone.
One of those viewers is one of my former teammates.
Okay.
We call him the Mad Dog. His name was Brett Patel. He played linebacker here.
Yep.
Brett Patel played soccer with him.
Yep.
Football.
I remember him. Here's Charbonneau on a
fumble.
2nd and 12. Fumble picked up by Trenton Edwards. And that's exactly what the Ridge Runners need to happen right now as the Bulldogs look to be taking this game over.
Yeah, that was almost a miscue. Good thing we had this extra stick 'em on the gloves there. I don't know if they allow stick 'em anymore. We used to spray that resin on your hands or on your gloves.
Yes.
Is it like a spray resin, or you had a little bag of resin that would make it a little stickier, make the hand stickier? Now it's just gloves. The gloves have the tack now.
Edwards making the best of things, gets to the 42-yard line, 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. Charbonneau from the shotgun. Charbonneau, pressure put on, able to get it away to Edwards. Edwards makes a catch, looking for first down yardage. It's gonna be close. What do you, John? You're almost on that line. What are you looking at?
We're short. We're about almost 2 yards short.
Okay, so I
have a feeling Dale Condit's going to say, let's go.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if he didn't. It'd be at the the ball is at the 39-yard line of the Ridge Runners. 4th and 2, and the Wagoner Bulldogs will go for it. Tight formation. Charbonneau still from the shotgun, and it is Trenton Edwards in the backfield. That's Coleman. Coleman is going to take the ball, finds a little crease, and he is still on his feet, running hard inside the 20. Anthony Coleman, the man in motion, taking it on the end around.
That was just smooth run. He took the ball, got around the corner, found open field, and then lowered the shoulder and made the hit on the defender instead of the defender hitting on him. I love it when they run over a defender.
We got a 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Bulldogs. Lacey Edson, I appreciate you logging on. Coach John, tell Coach John I said hi. And John, a Wagoner grad back in the day. And then Jamie Powell is correcting me. I'll come back to you, Jamie.
Here's
Charbonneau, straight up the middle. Oh, he's running hard inside the 10-yard line.
Close to first down.
The 8-yard line.
I think he got it.
And Charbonneau hasn't had a whole lot of daylight to run, but he doesn't need a whole lot.
No, he doesn't need much. He just needs a crease. He gets those pads going north and south and makes positive yardage pretty much every time I've seen him run. Very impressive.
So he makes the first down, gets to the 10-yard line.
Inside, gets goal to goal.
1st and goal from the 10. Charbonneau with a shotgun. Charbonneau fakes it to his right, now going to take it down, and he is going to score. Touchdown Wagoner, but there is a flag on the play. I believe that one's going to come back on a holding, and that is the call, holding against the Bulldogs.
Unfortunately, sometimes that's what springs the play, is that hold. He was able to get in for the end zone, but unfortunately that play will not stand. Bulldogs will be back up 10 yards, back to the 20.
Jamie, I see. I know you'll give me a hard time when you see me. I added a year to you. He's a 98 grad, not a 97. So appreciate Booty Powell logging on tonight. Alex O'Quinn, I see you watching from Edmond tonight. Appreciate him logging on. He's a Wagoner grad of just the handful of last year's. So we've got a 10-yard penalty, 1st and goal now from the 20. Wagoner in the spread formation.
5 wide.
From the shotgun. He's looking
that's
right, finds a man.
That's
Swanson. Swanson makes almost made a man miss, but still able to gain positive yardage across the 15 to the 13, a gain of 7. a good play after that 10-yard penalty makes it 2nd and goal now from their 14, gain of 6.
I love it when they go 5 wide because that opens things up, spreads the defense out, and you don't know if they're throwing or Charbonneau's going to run up the middle. I mean, it's kind of a guessing game, but gives more Charbonneau more options to run as the defense is spread out. Same
formation on this 2nd and goal. Here's Charbonneau, and he's going to walk in. I believe he was untouched.
I think I called that.
Coach Page up here making the calls from the press box and splitting them out wide just like you said, and he went in untouched.
Yeah, they're not at the middle. All he needed was that first block from the guard tackle just to seal his man, and took it to the house for the score. Bulldogs, 27-7. Looking good, Dogs, looking good.
14-yard carry for Charbonneau for the touchdown, and Wagoner starting to pull away from the Ridge Runners. Looks like they're going to go for 2 on this extra point attempt. Here's Charbonneau to Shield
Who
Knight.
is that?
And just too easy. Nana, I think Nana called that play from the sideline. She's up here with us. And
she said,
nice
throw it
2-point conversion
1-2.
by Shield Knight from Charbonneau. And the Bulldogs 29, the Ridge Runners 7. And we just eclipsed the 300 device mark.
Awesome.
We're at 302. We appreciate everyone that's logged on to Friday Night Bulldogs. And, John, we haven't been able to do this in a while. Of course, it's been a few different versions of Friday Night Bulldogs over the years, but it looks like as we are 4 minutes and 23 seconds away from the 4th quarter, we're going to be able to shy away a little bit from football and talk more community,
right.
talk more history, and still able to see the views
sure.
and the football, but maybe we may get off topic of football here for a little bit.
That's okay. Everybody loves a little good story every once in a while.
So Wagoner will kick off after their first. That was the first possession of the second half for the Bulldogs, I believe, after the interception on the first drive from the Ridge Runners.
That's correct.
So if you're just now joining us, that's what's happened in the second half. Here's a short kick by the Bulldogs, and the Ridge Runners make a good special teams play. Good field position at the 35. Just let your offense take over from there.
That's right.
If you are just joining us from home, the score's right, the quarter's right. Wagoner taking command really about halfway through the second quarter is when this started.
That's right. So we've done a really, really good job on our defense and bending a little bit but not breaking. Their quarterback has been able to scramble free several times and make some key throws. And then a couple times he's made some bad decisions and thrown them up for grabs. And we were the recipient of that last one. We were able to drive it down and get a touchdown.
1st and 10 for the Ridge Runners from their own 35-yard line. Pressure put on by Shield Knight, able to get away one, and he will still be sacked in the backfield for a loss. As Shield Knight was there first, and then Charbonneau shows up. Steele shows up, and looked like it might have been Davis that showed up.
That's right.
To make the loss of 6 on the play back to the 31-yard line.
We'll call that a sack. That's definitely a sack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Defensive linemen love sacks.
From the shotgun, 2nd and 16 for the Ridge Runners as we are getting to the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Man in motion gets the ball on the end around, finds a little bit of room, but quickly closes in by Charbonneau, number 4, playing both sides of the ball. Just ran in that 14-yard touchdown, now making the tackle in the open field here.
That's one thing you don't see at the high school level is a quarterback playing linebacker.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that with a few years back with Mr. Rodriguez,
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
Almost had a senior
It-
moment there. Couldn't remember his name, but now with the
We-
Detroit Lions.
Exactly. And making a name for himself there as
Right,
he did
yeah.
here.
Yep.
Pick up of 3 on the play. We'll call it 3rd and 13 for the Ridge Runners from the shotgun. Quarterback looking to pass, got time. Now heaves it downfield, and number 26, Anthony Coleman, was the nearest player. Unfortunately for Ridge Runner fans, he's a Bulldog.
He's a Bulldog. A little too deep, so Grove's going to elect to punt here on 4th and 13. Bulldogs make a stop. That's a victory. Definitely a victory for the Bulldog defense. And I believe this could be Grove's
I
first
believe it
punt.
is the first punt. Had a couple of turnovers. We've turned over on downs. So I believe this is the first punt. And a wise decision. 2:21 in third quarter. Not by no means is the game over, but I think you punt it away here in your own side of the field. Punt is away, and that punt will go out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. It might be shy of the 50. Let's see. They will place it at the 47-yard line of the Bulldogs. That's where they'll have it 1st and 10 with 2:13 left in this third quarter. John, I see you getting the 4s up as we're nearing the fourth quarter. John, a former student of mine from back in the day, and that's the inside joke there. So appreciate John logging on with his wife Lacey across town tonight. Charbonneau on the quick slants. That's by
42.
Miller. Gavin Miller with the catch and breaks the tackle. And yes, Gavin Miller. I had to check that because he has a cousin, Bo McFarland, on the field, and I think he may be number 20. No, not. I can't remember which. Thought it was 24, but I'll check that. Oh, wide open is Edwards, and Charbonneau is able to get him, and he gets to the first down at the 25-yard line. Bo McFarland has made some plays on special teams as well. And Bo and Gavin are cousins, I believe.
Jeremy, looks like we're going a little quicker. We've got a
All
little
right.
hurry-up offense going.
All right. And why not? We may be looking at this in the future, having to do it. So get a little practice in right now.
All right.
No huddle. And we're
No
back
huddle,
on
quick,
the line
quick,
again.
quick. On the line, let's go.
No gain on that last play. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. 1 minute, 23 seconds left in this third quarter. Charbonneau from the shotgun. It's Miller and Shield Knight at the bottom of your screen. Charbonneau looking left and looking in the end zone for Edwards, and a nice play by the defensive back of the Ridge Runners.
Yeah, he had good coverage on Edwards and was able to time that throw just right and break that up. So I'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Bulldogs.
Little bit more air under that, and I believe Edwards goes up and grabs it.
Yeah, with his height, he's got a definite advantage on any matchup that Grove puts on him.
So
Definitely
the
got a height
incomplete pass
advantage.
makes it 3rd and 10 from the from the Ridge Runner, 26-yard line. We're nearing the minute mark of this third quarter.
We got a mismatch over here,
Yeah,
Jeremy. We
yes,
got
we
two
do.
guys. They're going,
And
one of
looks
them's
like
going to be open.
Charbonneu's looking that way, and that's Swanson with the wide open catch. Picks up a block by Edwards, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Wagner. I'm gonna give an assist to Whit Edwards on that. He threw a key block
Right.
downfield and then opened the lane for Swanson.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that on the television, but on the right side, we had a mismatch. They only had one Grove Ridge Runner trying to cover 2 receivers. So we had one receiver break on the inside on a slant. The other receiver was covered, and the other receiver, which was wide open for a touchdown.
And Wagner now pulling away from Grove as they try this 2-point conversion. Again, Charbonneau from the shotgun. This is Williams in motion, now sets up in the backfield with Charbonneau. He'll take the handoff and trying to sniff out the goal line, but this time he'll come up just a tad short. So the 2-point conversion fails, so this score remains Wagoner 39, Grove 7. While we wait for the kickoff, we'll just give a few more shout-outs. Marla, again, Trace Thornton's nanny from the Cornhusker State, getting back on, saying she appreciates the Friday Night Bulldogs live stream. Obviously not able to make it here from Nebraska, but able to enjoy the sights and sound of W.L. Odom Stadium from the comfort of her own home. Also, Sean Templeton coming from St. Augustine, Florida. And, well, we've had a lot of we'll just go ahead and throw in the tropical environments watching tonight.
Tropical.
And a little envious of them. But thanks, Sean, for logging on from St. Augustine, Florida. And I want to give out a shout-out to one of my former classmates, Mark Jones, logging on tonight, watching from home. Mark Jones, I believe, is a 3-time state champion right here in Wagoner. 94 grad, and appreciate Mark logging on and joining Friday Night Bulldogs. We are 60 seconds away from the third quarter end, and it'll be Edwards that kicks it away for Wagoner.
As Witt kicks us off, I just wish he'd get a little more air under it.
He's a little bit more air.
Coverage team get down there, but, he's done a good job stepping in and booting the ball, towing the ball for us. That was a low
line
liner.
Drive picked up at the 28 by the Ridge Runners.
Ooh.
And not a whole lot of running room.
There's some leather popping down there.
I heard that. Bulldogs down quickly, tackling him inside the 35. And we saw Bloxham on the extra point, one of the extra points here in the second half, but we have not seen him since. And so Whit Edwards had to step in for the kickoff chores tonight. And he may be getting his leg worn out next week if Bloxham is not able to step in.
Right. It's always good to have players that can step up into different roles and be versatile. Dad always said that, if you could play on the line, you need to be able to know to play center, guard, and tackle, because at any point you could have to move into a different slot. So when you know all those positions, look at here.
That is Josh Davis.
62.
Josh Davis has had a big-time game tonight as he makes another tackle in the backfield. John, you remember when when Grove had gotten almost to a first-and-goal situation, Davis, first, second, third down, shows up big and actually, I think, created a fumble.
Yeah, that's right. We had turnover. They snapped it over the quarterback's head. Big momentum swing there in the game at that time.
Davis hearing about this talk of a Friday Night Bulldogs Player of the Week, and definitely presenting his case.
He is a nominee, sure. Still got a quarter to go.
Quarterback,
I don't know if they're going to get the snap off. They did.
And here's the end around, and not able to get around.
And
he's running hard.
Is stopped by a host of Bulldogs.
Got a late flag coming
in.
Not sure if somebody said something or what, but
I
believe that might be coming. We might have went from a 3-yard gain to an 18-yard gain. We'll see what happens, but we may have a late hit or a personal foul, something of that nature, as the Laundry comes on the field. Speaking of that, John, if you remember back in the Coweta game, a lot of yellow on the field.
First game of the season. Right.
And this is probably the third or fourth of the game.
Yeah, we haven't had that much. Referees have been pretty quiet tonight.
Personal foul is the call against Wagoner. That will be how the third quarter ends. 1st and 10 when we resume the fourth quarter. So,
well, sometimes when that happens on a flag like that, the players get a little chippy.
Yep.
Usually it's the team that's behind most of the time, and they get a little frustrated and may say something, and then we retaliate.
Yep.
Second player is usually one that gets caught, from my experience. Kind of same way in school.
So I think this might be a good time to unveil
the
Friday Night Bulldogs T-shirt.
Love it.
So we're going to do it kind of an old-fashioned way. We're just going to put my phone that has the picture in front of the camera, so you might get it. So right before the fourth quarter starts, this is what the make sure we can get that. That's what the front of the shirt across the chest is going to say, and that's what the back of the shirt is going to look like. That's one of the designs I came up with, and so that will be full on the back. And then, let me go back the other way. Then we got that on the front, and then the FNB Nation across the shoulders on the back. So we might put a poll up here in not the too distant future, and to see which one you guys like best, whether it's the full Bulldog. We'll come back to that after this 1st and 10 play, and the pass is caught and almost wrestled away for the interception.
He was trying. He was trying so hard to get that ball out of his hands. He's like, I got a hand on it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it.
So hopefully you got a look at the we're looking at maybe getting some shirts printed up, and obviously sell as a fundraiser to help support, by the way, all the athletic programs here in Wagoner, not just football, and that's a common misconception that we make. Here's the quarterback heaving it way downfield, and this time Swanson does come up with the interception. Number 3, Madsen Swanson with the interception. And John, they're not going. It doesn't look like they're going to talk about momentum. They're going to actually make him. They're actually mark him down at the 1 yard line.
They're going to spot it down wherever that elbow, that knee hit. They are going to mark it down there. Very impressive, Mr. Swanson with a pick. A pick. Hopefully that'll be on the highlight reel tonight on Fox 23 or Channel 2 or Channel 6. Whoever's still here.
I'm not sure which one, but Swanson.
Channel 8.
Probably a little upset about the previous play, as he thought he might have had one there, but he made for sure on the next play.
Yeah, he got that one.
We are just inside the 4th quarter beginning, and the Bulldogs have opened it up with an interception. 1st and 10 from their own 1 as Swanson comes up with the interception. Here's Gavin Miller over the right guard, and he's – a little bit of breathing room for his offense.
Yeah, not a lot there, but you want to be pretty conservative in your play calling here. You don't want to give Grove a freebie. You want to make sure you get the snap, you get the ball, quarterback gets the ball, gets a handoff. Just make positive yardage.
So, John, we've already got people voting on which T-shirt they like.
Oh,
so
I only saw choice 1.
Well, we've got basically it's flipped.
Okay,
we've got the FNB Nation on the front across the chest,
right.
The big Bulldog in the back, Friday Night Bulldogs, or we flip it. We put the Friday Night Bulldogs on the front, and the FNB Nation across the shoulders on the back. So, you guys, if you we'll go ahead, and we may not make the official poll yet, but I'll go back through the comments and we'll start counting up. And appreciate the excitement that we're already talking about with their T-shirts, and we want to try to make a pretty quick decision on that, because
every vote counts.
We've got this is game 3. We've got at least 7 left, and the way the Bulldogs are looking here early, we may have an additional 4 after.
Yeah, we could go into December.
Maybe we need to look into long sleeve shirts or hoodies. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we appreciate everyone logging on tonight. And those shirts, I believe, we're going to go through our local business here in Wagoner, the Locker Room. I've already been in contact with them, and I think that we're going to be able to get those shirts sold for all sizes. I believe that's what they told me, all sizes. And I think that we're going to get those sold for $13. That's not bad for $13.
Holy smokes, I'll buy 2.
Here's a pass looking for Edwards. A little high even for the 6'6"er.
Now, you're not quite that tall.
So
not 6'9" yet.
We will get order information on our Facebook page, and we'll put that maybe even on our website for those that are not on social media. But we will take donations above and beyond.
Oh,
that.
sure, yeah.
But I think we're going to be able to get that T-shirt for you for $13.
How about that? What a bargain!
Here's a 3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs, and Charbonneau just trying to make a little bit of daylight, and Bulldogs looking to punt it away here.
Yeah, just you want to give the punter just a little bit more room where his heels aren't at the back of the end zone. So this could be our first punt.
I believe it is. I believe it is.
Whit Edwards, maybe? Going to line up to take the snap. Whit, just don't step over that back line. That would be a safety.
Yes, it would. So, and, you know, it's just something about the sideline wherever you are, just puts you a little bit on edge. Makes you concentrate just a little bit
snap.
more.
Nice kick.
Edwards able to punt it away, and it's going to go out of bounds, but it did get it out of our own end zone. As the ball goes out of bounds, it looks like they're going to mark it at about right at the 25-yard line.
It's like 25.
So the Ridge Runners will have their best field position of the game, first and goal from the 25. And a few more shout-outs. John, you probably remember this Wagoner grad, I believe in '89, if I'm correct. John Randolph,
I sure do.
John Randolph, watching from Raton, New Mexico.
Land of enchantment.
So we'll put another state on the Friday Night Bulldogs map just
we need to
for
keep
tonight.
A pin map. That's
the
what we
old
need
style,
to do. We need
yeah.
to have a map with
Yes,
the little
sir.
pins, and you pin where everybody's watching from.
So, and of course the votes already rolling in on the proposed Friday Night Bulldogs T-shirt. We appreciate everyone logging on, and again, the vote's starting to roll in. So I'll have to. I might have confused myself as some of our votes have been. I like the first one. I like the second one. I'm going to have to go back and watch.
See what you showed first.
Going to have to go back and see what I
Isn't it
showed.
funny how that happens? So you like forget so quick. Like, oh.
How about a 2nd and 8 for the Ridge Runners as the Bulldogs? Here's a deep throw into the end zone. Score! Touchdown, Ridge Runners.
Touchdown, Grove. Quarterback,
Nice
number
little
16.
deep post route there for the Ridge Runners.
Yeah, right on the money. Quarterback's really solid. Really solid. Just unfortunately for him, he's had some turnovers tonight. He's forced the ball up a couple times, but he's also made a couple good touchdown throws.
And John, barring any kind of freak happenings here, the Bulldogs, for all intents and purposes, have put this one away.
I'll say we're in command, because there was once somebody said it's not over till it's over.
It's not over.
Yogi Berra, I think, said something like that. Famous
Something like
New York
that
Yankee.
is the extra point, and it is good. Ridge Runners with their first score since the first quarter.
I remember Dad always saying something about chickens and hatched.
Yeah, right.
Something about chickens. Don't count your chickens till they're all hatched.
We're almost at the 9-minute mark for those of you at home. You see the score, you see the quarter, but the time is officially 9:08 for this ball game to end. And again, the Bulldogs have really taken control really since midway through the second quarter.
If I'm Coach Condit here, I'm going to tell my special teams receiving team to be alert. Be alert, especially that front line, especially that second line. They could very easily try to bounce one onside kick or just do a little pooch kick into that dead zone around the 40. We've got 4 guys on the front line. We need a couple more.
Yeah, here they come. 56 runs out on the field.
There we go. Now we have 11. It's always best to play with 11.
Oh, yeah.
Grove elects to kick it away. They kick it off to number 21.
This will be our first real return as Williams takes it, breaks the tackle, still on his feet, across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Up until that point, John, all of the kicks had been to the up men, as we call it.
Right. Now they finally kicked one deep there, and we're able to return it about 20 yards, looks like. All right, our Bulldogs will line up.
Hope everything's still going well for you at home. We're still at 284 homes. Even though the Bulldogs have taken control of this, Still got the Friday Night Bulldog faithful logged on and interacting, no doubt, with each other. And obviously here at W.L. Odom Field. We got trips to the right at the top of your screen. Charbonneau from the shotgun. Here's an underneath to Edwards, and he breaks one tackle and got about a yard out of that.
Got 1 yard.
So spread the word. Friday Night Bulldogs is back. Believe it or not, John, again, this has been going on for 15 years.
15.
We started this in 2009.
One of the first to do it.
One of the first to do it. I believe I think there were about 3 other schools in all of Oklahoma. Now, we're not taking nationwide. I'm not sure about that.
Right.
But we were one of probably 5 schools in the entire state of Oklahoma doing online streaming. Now, here we are in 2023, and almost every school is doing a live stream.
Yeah, Grove's definitely up there. I saw them across the way.
Grove bringing their
got
team,
something going.
Bringing their streaming team to stream for their fans at home. We may have a few Ridge Runner fans logged on to the Friday Night Bulldogs, and we welcome you as well. And right at the beginning of the game, John, it was back and forth, a little bit of defensive battle mixed in with some big plays.
Yeah, for sure. We had real close ball game. We were 7-0, 7-6. And then the Bulldogs managed to pull away here a little bit.
And that is the second big hit that Charbonneau has taken on the pass as they've been driving him to the ground as he's thrown. Now, there's always a debate here, John, as when do you start pulling your starters when you have this big of a lead. But the dilemma here is we're really early in the season.
Right.
And so you need your guys out there to be able to play a whole game.
Right, get
you
the reps.
Pulling them out early in the third quarter for 5 games. Now you're deep into the season.
Right.
And when you need them the most, and they're huffing and puffing because they haven't been out there the whole game.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure how much depth we had. A nice punt.
Edwards gets away a nice punt this time, and the Ridge Runners are fielded at the 31-yard line. But I know that's always a debate that goes on when you get a lead like this. Okay, why are you still leaving your starters in?
Right.
But it's much. There's a much broader picture here. This
you want your
season is
guys to get the
early.
reps, get the practice.
Yes, it's not just about tonight.
Right.
And also on that note, John, it's not only when you're talking about we're maybe talked about that the Bulldogs will see them open up the playbook maybe a little bit more tonight.
Right.
And maybe first and second game not so much. We saw a lot of Charbonneau the last game. And that's also a big picture scenario as well. Right. It's not just about tonight.
Right.
Here's
big
the
hole up the
Ridge
middle.
Runner's still on his feet. And he's in the Bulldog territory. And it gives the Ridge Runner faithful something to cheer about as we are under 8 minutes to go in this ball game. We are still at 284 homes tonight for we'll call this the official return of Friday Night Bulldogs.
We're home.
First 2 weeks were a little rough and we were away.
Nice.
But we are at home, and there's still some pad popping down there even late in this game.
I heard it from all the way across the field. Helmets cracking, pads popping. This is a contact sport, folks. If you don't like contact, go play golf, tennis.
So, John, I will say that I kind of like where we're set up here. As
nice.
We're right in front of the press box, the newly remodeled stadium, and there's a little walkway here right in front of the press box.
Nice.
That's where we're set up, and I tell you the truth, I kind of like it out here.
Yeah, this is all right. Boom! Get him.
Oh, yeah, that is Bryce Steele.
Bryce Steele, 3-2.
Number 32,
the man
Bryce
of Steele. Show us your S. Show it.
With the quarterback sack, and I kind of forgot what we were talking about. Steele coming in and taking a getting his quarterback sack tonight. I believe that's at least one for him for every game so far.
Yep.
So
yeah, he's definitely a force on that line, getting in the backfield. He makes his presence known. Probably wouldn't hurt if Grove put a double team on him.
Quarterback from the shotgun takes it himself and finds a little bit of daylight.
Awkward.
And that's number 54 making the stop for the Bulldogs, Tucker Clough. And John, I've been saying the score all wrong. It's actually 35-14. I'm getting a little confused as there's one light.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Of the scoreboard. Makes it kind of look
I
like
thought
a 9.
it was a 39. Yep, I can see that. I can see that
happening. It's actually 35-14.
We are human beings.
Nice work by our cameraman, Garrett Haddock, because he had the score right all along.
All right.
So
spot on.
We're still making some adjustments here with the Friday Night Bulldogs streaming. Hopefully you're going to get Garrett his headset so that he can hear us and perhaps zoom in on some things that we're talking about. And so it's still a work in progress, but as far as tonight goes, for all the comments and everything, it sounds like it went really well tonight.
Yeah, I've already got some good feedback from the people that have chimed in with me. My wife and is at home, and she actually gave me a little FaceTime video.
Okay.
And I showed her what was going on here. She gave me a thumbs up. And then my son was in the background. Oklahoma plays Tulsa tomorrow in Tulsa.
Okay.
And the Roughnecks, the spirit group that drives the ponies and the schooner, they don't travel on away games.
Gotcha.
Just bowl games and conference championship games. But we're hosting about 12 or 15 of them at our house tonight. So they're all doing pool party and hot tubbing and watching, hopefully listening to me every once in a while. And Carrie's fed them, so everybody's happy there. We'll all go to the OU Tulsa game tomorrow.
Shield Knight with probably his 6th or 7th catch tonight. I kind of lost count as he's been very busy with offense and defense and possibly making his case for his second Friday Night Bulldog Player of the Week award.
That's true.
And we'll get together, talk about that after the game over the weekend, announce that like we have the last 2 Mondays. Be looking for that on our Friday Night Bulldogs Facebook page. Here's Trenton Edwards over the left side across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Coleman, Edwards, they've been busy on the offensive side of the field.
Yep, looking good.
Coleman
we do have
also,
a lot of talent.
Yes.
We do have a lot of talented players, so Coach Condit's blessed to have all these choices to run the ball, to throw the ball to have all these options with this offense.
Coleman also been busy on the defensive side of things, coming up with an interception, a couple key tackles. So here is Charbonneau from the shotgun. We're still looking to pass. That's Edwards, and he makes the grab and uses that big body to shield the Ridge runner away. We're under
great catch, great throw. Just would like for him as a older school coach to secure that ball and tuck it. Don't really like that ball waving around as he's running.
We are under the 4-minute mark of this contest, and really, again, the Bulldogs took over about halfway through the second quarter and never looked back. 1st and 10 from the Ridge Runner 35. Trenton Edwards over the right side.
On the right side.
Trenton Edwards, and they slowed him up enough to get help to push him out of bounds. If you remember, he was part of the first score.
That's right.
They got him out in the flat on a 31-yard pitch and catch, and there was no one catching him.
Nobody. I love that formation that we were set up in there. That was pretty much everybody was in the box on the offense. There was nobody split out wide. We had 11 men in the box. But it looks like that one's coming back, Jeremy. I missed the call there.
All right.
5-yard penalty. So I'm going to say false start. Oh, holding. So it was downfield.
All right. So now we're 1st and 15 from the 40. We're at the 3-minute mark of this contest. Here's Trenton Edwards over the left side. Around the end.
Takes his time. Nice.
Across the 30 to the 29, and a little extra activity there, but He's going to get to the 29-yard line as we are Bulldog faithful beginning to file out and maybe get a head start on the traffic.
And that was Edwards, right? Trenton Edwards. Yeah. What I
Yes.
love about his when he runs, he's very patient. He lets the hole develop. Oh gosh, ball on the ground. Ball on the ground. Groves got it.
Ridge Runners with their first turnover of the ball game. Just coming a little too late as it's 2:25 left in the ball game. And I hope everything is going well for you at home. We appreciate the support and the long-time Friday Night Bulldogs faithful. They know the difficulties that come with live streaming a game. Even 15 years later,
right.
We're still going through those pains, and not too much hate mail from the last 2 weeks, but a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's to be expected when things don't work. People are gonna, they're gonna say, "Hey, what's the deal?" So now I think we got the deal tonight. We got it worked out.
I think we got it worked out.
And going forward, hopefully we keep it worked out. That could be intentional grounding. I didn't see anybody in that area.
Outside the box, I believe. So.
Oh yeah, outside the box.
But we do hope that everything is worked out for you at home. Hopefully, this will be smooth sailing for the rest of the season. Next week, we will also be home for homecoming against the Skiatook Bulldogs. So please be, if you can't be here at the game, log on again and see us free, live, and worldwide as Friday Night Bulldogs is back. Grove picking up a first down, and the ball came loose.
What?
Whit Edwards comes up with a loose ball.
How about that?
Bulldogs were convinced way before the Zebras were, but the Zebras finally make the call. And so next week, again, will be homecoming. John, you'll be away from us next week.
Yes, I'll be out of town, unfortunately. I hate to miss the homecoming game. But
you'll be back the
I'll
following
be back.
week.
Yep.
And
Every once in a while, I have plans.
Not going to announce. I'm not going to give anybody who's going to be the guest announcer next week, but they will definitely know their name. And maybe I'll give them a little hint. It has something to do with the return of Friday Night Bulldogs, and it's 15 years. That's
Stiff
Gavin
arm.
Miller running hard, throwing Ridge Runners away. But it definitely has something to do with the storied comeback of Friday Night Bulldogs. And so
awesome.
It's pretty vague, but at the same time, if you read between the lines, you probably know who it is, and I'll probably announce that early next week sometime.
Sounds good.
For homecoming. But we are planning on being here for the Wagoner faithful at home for the rest of this season, whether home or away, and we're going to follow us
there it is.
for as long as we go. Here's Swanson. Swanson getting near the 10-yard line. 1 minute, 30 seconds left. The clock will stop for a first down.
That ought to put us in victory formation.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Although, and this is pure speculation.
All right. Speculate. Speculate away.
That's what we're supposed to do as announcers up here. But based on what happened last year, we may try to punch this in. Well, if you guys were there last year when we went to Grove, a little bit of controversy.
A little bit.
If you're a Bulldog fan,
Yes.
you considered it a controversy.
So
we may be trying to punch this in here. I don't know. Charbonneau up under center, and he'll take a knee as we are under 60 seconds. And, again, John, I mean, really, I hate to keep belaboring the point, but since about halfway through the second half, it was really all Wagoner.
Yeah, we've dominated. We've done really well. We're able to get some turnovers. Defense has played well, kept Grove down to 14 points. Their quarterback, I'm pretty impressed with Grove's quarterback.
Yeah.
He's done a really good job of scrambling and finding yardage and throwing the ball.
Absolutely.
He's had some interceptions, but that's what happens sometimes when you force.
They've really, the Bulldogs really pressured him all night long.
Right.
Even in the times that he did have protection, it would break down,
Right.
and then he would start scrambling.
Yeah, well, one thing that I noticed is that we only really technically have 3 pass rushers.
Right.
So when you get pressure on him, there's not a lot of defenders on the line of scrimmage. So he's able to break free because that means we have 8 deep in coverage.
And that really puts a lot of pressure on your defensive
Right.
linemen.
They got to cover a lot of ground.
In that spread formation, all those receivers that your defensive backs and linebackers are covering, it's just you on the front
Right.
line.
Yeah, it's just yeah. You really got to have each other's back there because you don't have a lot of support.
We hope everything went well for you tonight as we are at the end of a 3-0 start to this young season for the Bulldogs, 35-14 over the Grove Ridge Runners. Again, it's been a great night of football. We're looking to come right back here, same time, same place, 6:45, starting the pregame for homecoming. And I might look a little different, John. Homecoming,
yes, I think I've seen that look.
So it is still.
You might alter it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That is Shield Knight's dad.
It's a fierce
right
Jeremy
there.
Holmes look.
Yes,
fierce.
yeah, there you go. That was Shield Knight's dad, if you weren't aware. Got a little FaceTime there. So, yeah, we're still live.
Yeah, we're still going. Get one more. Hey.
So, we will be
Fight song.
looking a little different next week as we have homecoming festivities all throughout the week. And we are looking at the homecoming, all-school homecoming queen. We'll have probably 20-plus queens out there representing their various clubs and organizations.
Right. Yeah. Everybody's,
so it's a big night.
represented. Yeah.
Big
that's something
night.
that's pretty cool.
And
I remember
so,
seeing that last year. We came to a homecoming game, and the homecoming court, I was like, oh, wow.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Been doing the all-school homecoming coronation for really, this is probably year 17, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Been doing it for quite some time, maybe even a few more years than that. And it's been very popular over the years, still very popular. I like the idea. Gives a whole lot more girls an opportunity to represent their club, their organization, and then
everybody's represented.
And then the school body votes on an all-school homecoming queen. I like the idea, and I think most people do. There's some naysayers out there that like the traditional senior, junior, freshman, sophomore, all that. But the all-school homecoming queen, I really like that. We're really looking forward to the homecoming festivities for next week. So. Therein lies my different look for next week.
There you go.
So, anyway, we are going to call it good here at WL Odom Field. It's been a great night of Wagoner football. Great night for Friday night Bulldogs. For Garrett Haddock behind the camera and my co-host John Page, I'm Jeremy Holmes saying good night and God bless America.
Our thanks again to the generosity of Sandy and Orlin Emmons. They donated their wings